Just when it seemed the 2025 Formula One season was settling into predictable patterns, Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari stole the headlines at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix in Imola. Hamilton delivered his strongest performance yet since joining the Scuderia, finishing 4th after starting a dismal 12th. But while his result on track is impressive, what's happening off the track may be even more intriguing. Questions are being raised about whether Hamilton is fully comfortable at Ferrari, and the team boss Fred Vasseur is having none of it. In this video, we're breaking down Hamilton's climb through the field at Imola, the speculation about his role and fit within Ferrari, and the sharp response from Vasseur that's making waves in the paddock. Stick around. This one's packed with tension, redemption, and a whole lot of red. Before we start the video, please take the time to like the video and subscribe if you like our work. We're still a growing channel and we would appreciate it a lot. Thank you, and let's dive in to the video. The Emilia Romagna Grand Prix was supposed to be another tough weekend for Hamilton. After qualifying P12, expectations were low, with many predicting a midfield struggle in a Ferrari that still seems to have an uneasy relationship with its newest driver. But Hamilton had other plans. Utilising clean overtakes, strategic calls and excellent pace during the safety car periods, he surged forward to finish 4th, a result that raised eyebrows and, just maybe, the spirits in Maranello. Now, this wasn't just a bounce back, it was a statement. In fact, it marked his best finish of the season so far and included an eyebrow-raising moment when he overtook teammate Charles Leclerc. For a driver still adjusting to a radically different car and team culture, that kind of confidence under pressure speaks volumes. Post-race, Hamilton was noticeably more upbeat than in recent weeks. "Honestly, I felt good out there today," he said. "We made the most of the strategy and the car felt the best it's felt all year. We're definitely moving in the right direction. There's still work to do in qualifying, but if we can start higher up, I know we can fight for the podium more consistently." That optimism, however, hasn't silenced the critics. Some pundits and fans alike have been speculating that Hamilton still looks out of place in red. There have even been suggestions, based more on tone than fact, that he's reluctant about the move, or that the Ferrari dream is starting to look more like a compromise. Those suggestions didn't sit well with Fred Vasseur, who was quick to respond to the growing media narrative. "Stop with this, please," Vasseur said sharply in response to ongoing claims that Hamilton isn't truly aligned with Ferrari's vision. "It's not about comfort. Every single driver, when they change teams, needs time, even Lewis. He's one of the best in the sport's history, but he's still human. You can't expect him to jump in and win from day one. We know what we're doing here." Vasseur has been consistent in defending Hamilton's integration process. From the beginning of the season, he has tried to temper expectations while still demanding progress from the team. At Imola, he appeared visibly satisfied not only with Hamilton's result, but also with how the driver has begun to influence the team internally. "We're all learning," Vasseur added. "Lewis brings a very different perspective, more data-driven, more feedback-focused. It's been invaluable. You can already see it translating into our race pace. Now, we just need to sort qualifying." But behind these public statements, there's no doubt pressure is mounting. Ferrari fans are famously passionate and notoriously impatient. For many, bringing in a 7-time world champion was supposed to deliver instant results, not a learning curve. And when your teammate is Charles Leclerc, who has deep roots within the team and a car built more around his style, the scrutiny is relentless. Hamilton, for his part, hasn't fed the speculation. He's been composed, if somewhat reserved in his comments about the transition. When asked about the reluctant Ferrari driver narrative that has been swirling, he brushed it off. "I don't know where that's coming from," Hamilton said with a half smile. "I'm here to win. That's why I made this move. I've never taken the easy route. If I wanted comfort, I would have stayed where I was. Ferrari's a challenge, and I embrace it. That challenge includes adapting to a car that demands a completely different driving approach than what he was used to at Mercedes. The SF25 has a particular front-end sensitivity and tyre management behaviour that contrasts with the W14 and W15 Hamilton drove previously. Early races saw Hamilton struggle with understeer and inconsistent grip, issues that compounded during qualifying sessions and left him starting deep in the midfield. Yet, adaptation is part of what Hamilton has done best throughout his career. From his rookie season at McLaren to building a dynasty at Mercedes, his success has always been tied not just to speed, but to evolution. And while some argue that age may be catching up with him, the data at Imola suggests otherwise. He posted the second fastest average stint time in the second half of the race and managed his tyres more effectively than Leclerc on a similar strategy. Fred Vasseur was adamant about the long-term value of having Hamilton on board. Luis is not just here to drive the car fast on Sunday, he's here to transform how we work, Vasseur said. There are things behind the scenes, communications, development flow, even team morale, that he's already impacting. That doesn't show up on the timing screens, but it's real. Reports out of Maranello suggest that Hamilton has already influenced Ferrari's approach to simulator sessions and post-race data analysis. Engineers say his feedback is both precise and expansive, offering suggestions not only about car balance but also about ergonomics, cooling systems, and tyre warm-up cycles. These are the small details that, over time, make a car consistently competitive. Even more, insiders claim Hamilton has been pushing for more transparency between departments at Ferrari, urging race engineers and design leads to align more frequently to close the feedback loop. It's a holistic approach that helped build Mercedes into a dominant force, and it's now being felt inside Ferrari. Still, there's no denying that headlines can often distort the real picture. When a legend like Hamilton moves to a team as iconic as Ferrari, every gesture, every radio message, every facial expression becomes overanalyzed. But there's a growing sense that Imola was the turning point, that moment when potential started converting into performance. Leclerc, to his credit, has been professional in the face of this evolving dynamic. "We work well together," he said. "There's mutual respect and we're both pushing the team to get better. It's good pressure. It means we're all aiming high." And aiming high is exactly what Ferrari needs to do. With Red Bull still dominant and McLaren and Mercedes showing signs of resurgence, Ferrari cannot afford internal dissonance. That's why Vasseur's public defense of Hamilton is so significant. It's a signal that the team is united, even as the world watches closely for cracks. "We don't have time for narratives that distract from the real work," Vasseur said. "We are focused, we are aligned, and we are building something strong. It will take time, yes, but the foundation is there." But that foundation may have just been poured at Imola. Hamilton's performance wasn't just fast, it was decisive. It showed that the adaptation is real, that the progress is measurable, and that the partnership between driver and team has moved past the early awkwardness into a phase of true potential. As Formula One heads into the European summer leg, all eyes will be on Ferrari. Can they close the gap in qualifying? Can they convert good pace into podiums and eventually wins? And can Lewis Hamilton, in the twilight of his career, deliver one more masterpiece season with the most storied team in motorsport? One thing is clear, the journey is far from over, and if the fire in Hamilton's eyes after Imola is anything to go by, he's not done proving people wrong, not by a long shot. Because while the critics write headlines, Lewis Hamilton writes history. And in Ferrari Red, that story may just be getting started.